are back with more Dragon Age Origins. All of the lore. All of it. Every bit that ever existed. And anyone watching may be excited to learn that I have decided where to talk about all the books. 4 of the 5 books are affected by and affect to two differing degrees all 3 of the games and have very specific points that they occur, but there are better points for me to say them. Now, the first 2 books, The Stolen Throne and The Calling, both occur before the first game. But the second one, The Calling, has some pretty big spoilers in it for Dragon Age Awakening, which is why we will not be talking about it until Dragon Age Awakening. The first book, on the other hand, doesn't really have too many spoilers in it. And therefore, I will talk about it when it is relevant, which will be after we have finally decided a character and started moving forward with the story as it relates to King Calenhad and Loghain, whatever his last name was. Sorry, I'm just bringing up Twitch real quick. Anyway, the third book, Asunder, I will not be talking about until after Dragon Age 2, as that is when it is the most relevant, and that's also when it happens. But that one is especially important, as you will see then. In addition, the fourth book we'll talk about at the same time, actually, I guess. I'll talk about them in that order. Though I'm not exactly sure of the exact time frame of the fourth book. I do know it is before the third game, though. But I couldn't really get more specific without rereading it, which I will do, like sometime during the second game. I'll talk about. Honestly, I could talk about the fourth book at any time during the second game, just to keep it fresh. I'll talk about it probably Act 3. You know, while I'm doing some random quests or something. The fifth book is kind of weird in that it's very heavy on lore. But the lore it talks about is, at least at the time of finishing Dragon Age Inquisition, unless there's something I missed in it, it's not relevant. It's just not. Which kind of means I could talk about it at any time. And I'm probably going to talk about it during this game, because it is related to Grey Wardens. So this will be the one I talk about. This will be the one where I talk about it. Yeah, I'm going to reread it before I do that, just to be sure. But, like, I don't remember anything in any of the 3 games that really relates to it. Except for, like, an offhand line. It's only barely related. Anyway, let's get into it. And for those who forgot... Where's the overlay stuff? It's weird. It's be HUD layout. Huh. It's not showing up. Weird. Well, I am on camera, so I guess that's all that really needs. Anyway, let's get back into it. Right, we are currently tasked with talking to our brother Trian, I believe, and giving him a message. But on the way, we're going to talk to our other brother, Balin. Or not, because he ain't here. It's fine. Oh, that's why he's in here with him.
So you're a commander now, in name at least. Shouldn't you be attending our King Father?
Balin, how was your day?
Interesting. I would have been at the feast, but Trian had need of me.
The world does not stop and start with your meager achievements. Not even tonight. Now, do you have some purpose in bothering us?
Father's just, worried you're too much of an ass to be prince.
You push your luck. Balin, get to bed. We have a big day tomorrow. I will see what our father wishes from his heir.
All day I've put up with that. He can really grate on the nerves.
I agree.
And what I'm going to tell you next won't make you any more fond of him.
This is something I want to hear.
Probably not. But you need to all the same. Trian has begun to move against you. I never thought his much proclaimed honor would allow him to actually act on his jealousy. Big brother, Trian is going to try to kill you.
He recognizes I'm a threat. Good.
He fears what you are becoming, in the eyes of the people and the Assembly. Trian's the named prince, but only the Assembly can proclaim a king. It would be unusual for the Assembly to ignore the king's choice, but it does happen. The first Idukan king wasn't even part of the house's leading family. That was an extraordinary case, but at least a half-dozen times the Assembly named a lesser family member, or even someone from another house, as king. Usually, it's the popular younger brother of an undesirable prince.
Well, I would make a good ruler.
You slaughtered the heir to House Dace, one of the most powerful houses in Orzammar, because his father dared to challenge your house's honor. If you win glory against the Darkspawn tomorrow, it will only strengthen the case for you as the next heir. Trian fears father will replace him on the spot. If not, the Assembly will surely turn against him when father dies. You know his pride will never allow him to step aside.
And Trian needs to die. No, but what's your angle in
It
this?
seems Trian has shown that brothers can't always be trusted. I am next in line. If Trian succeeds in his plot against you, how long do you think I'll live?
If I strike at Trian, will you back me?
Of course. You've always been there for me.
Then our family's gonna be smaller. By one.
I'm afraid I must agree with you. Tomorrow's battle is the time to do it. I'll find out the rendezvous and buy you the time to do what must be done. I'm taking your place as father's second, so I'll be at hand tomorrow. For now, try to get some sleep.
Let's go. You don't want to keep those lovely ladies waiting.
Yeah, we decided to have a threesome before the battle. As you do. Just, typical day in the life of a noble.
Trian and his men will clear the way for the Grey Wardens to descend into the easternmost caverns. Those caverns are still infested by the worst of the Darkspawn. We cannot risk our own troops in there.
Understood, Lord Haramont. We should be able to sense the Darkspawn and avoid them once the way is open.
May the Paragons favor you, and the stone catch you if you fall.
Come then! Glory awaits!
Balin, you and your men will second the king, clearing the main road.
Don't you think it looks a little cowardly to allow these humans to take our place where the fighting is thick?
Are you questioning the battle plan?
Of course not.
Seems like a little
I'm
audio
sure
error.
your caution is for the glory of us all.
Enough, Balin. Take your men and make ready. Haramont and I need to have words with your sibling.
Good luck, my brother.
Your father has a special mission for you.
In the eastern deep roads, there is a secret door carved into the stone.
The door leads to a Taig, abandoned long ago by your ancestors. The Darkspawn have made it impossible to reach.
My father believed that the shield of the Paragon Aidukan remains in that Taig, under the stones of the central room. Reclaim the shield, and glory will be yours.
The shield of Aidukan would be quite the find.
We've sent 2 scouts ahead to make sure the tunnels are cleared. But be careful. One of the scouts will meet you at the first crossroads you come to. The second will be further in. When you get to the door, use your signet ring to open it. Questions?
Where do we go from there?
The crossroads where you meet the first scout will be the rendezvous point. There you can present the shield to the lords and demonstrate the strength of Aidukan.
May the ancestors watch over you, my child.
Alrighty. The deep roads. There isn't a dwarf alive who remembers the deep roads as they once were. They were the network of tunnels that joined the Taigs together. To be honest, it isn't even right to give them such a simple term as tunnels. They are works of art, with centuries of planning, demonstrated in the geometry of their walls, with the statues of the paragons that watch over travelers, with the flow of lava that keeps the deep roads lit and warm, the cloud gazers up on the surface. Talk of the Imperial Highway built by the Magisters of old, a raised walkway that crossed thousands of miles, built by something that could only have been built by magic. Perhaps it is comparable to the deep roads, although we dwarves didn't need magic. I suppose it doesn't matter anymore. The Darkspawn rule the deep roads now. When Orzammar sealed off the entrances to the deep roads, abandoning everything that lay out there, we handed over the kingdom that was those black bastards forever. To think that there are genlocks crawling over Bonamar now, tearing down our statues and defiling our greatest works. Corruption covers everything we built out there. Every dwarf who comes back, goes out and comes back, says it gets worse with each passing year. The foulness spread a little further. And the cloud gazers that think the Darkspawn are gone just because they aren't spilling out onto the surface? One day, when Orzammar's gone for good, they'll find out differently. Those Darkspawn won't know anywhere else to go but up, and they'll do it. The surface folk will have themselves a blight that will never end. Transcript of a conversation with a member of the Dwarven Mining Cast, 890 Blessed. For the record, that little blessed is the name of the age in which that occurred. 8 was the previous age to the current one, the Blessed Age. The current one is 9, the Dragon Age. I'm sure we'll get a codex with the list of all the others. I don't remember them all off the top of my head, but and there's probably something somewhere that says how each age was named. I only know the Dragon Age currently, which I believe I mentioned is... darn phone. Darn Twitch mobile. Anyway, mentioned that the Dragon Age was named such because the Divine witnessed a high dragon about sometime before the age started and declared the next age would be the Dragon Age. Why the Divine gets to pick the name for the entire world, I haven't the slightest idea, but that's how it is. Wait, is that accurate? Oh no. Can no one see the stream? Or is it just my feed? Or is it just the feed here? Nope. I don't know if that was an error or a lie, but you can definitely see the stream. Okay. And I think that's our only new codex right now. We have character. Ah, the person in the dwarf in the robe is Lord Pyrrhal Haralmont. No one is born with right to the throne. The sitting king may recommend a successor, but the assembly ultimately decides who will rule. House Haralmont is one of the oldest noble houses, as old as Orzammar itself. Endrin's most trusted advisor, Haralmont is well known for being an able administrator and the author of many compromises in the ever-warring assembly. Alright, let's get moving. Yeah, I believe it's this way. Oh, never mind. No, this way, for sure. Yep. Gonna be fighting some Darkspawn here. And some spiders. What? No, we talked about giant spiders in the mage playthrough, so we're not going to talk about them again. Unless someone asks, of course. Though I don't know why anyone would. Sort of trap. Yeah, I don't. This character isn't good at catching traps. He's good at surviving them, though. One little gameplay tip is, if you can't see loot by the time the pool of blood shows up, then they're not going to drop any.
Delighted.
Not as good. Dwarf Bulba Idukan. Would have been a silly name, isn't it? Oh, I just realized I gave a pre-warning that I was gonna stream, but I never actually said I was. I actually said I started. That'll have to do for now. This must be the first scout.
You made it, Commander. Did you run afoul of any Darkspawn?
They were everywhere. Monstrous thing. No. A few. They weren't organized at all.
Still, that was more than we expected. Once I finished scouting the tunnels, I hid here to avoid the Darkspawn. Most tunnels are dead ends. The one we want is swarming with those fiends. It's going to be a fight.
Were you at the proving yesterday?
I was, indeed. Would that I had been good enough to beat you. May today's battles bring us even more glory. I'll take rear guard. Shall we move?
Yep. Anyway, this is progression. So let's just look around a little bit. One of these is a dead end. And I think it's this one then. Alright. Nothing much here. I thought there was a chest or something, but clearly not. So let's just move forward. Show it, but he has some loot as well. Oh yeah, that's a thing that can happen. And eventually though, it just opens up. Perfectly harmless. So any bears caught in that, you know, it's basically just a warning. You know, let them go eventually. I'm not a thief, so I can't really open that. And he might... No. So, guess we're not getting it in there. It's probably not that worth that much. There's no lore in there. That's not what we're after.
You're here. I thought the Darkspawn had got you for sure.
Is that how you address your commander?
Apologies, Commander. There's not a ton of formality down here in the deep roads. We want the tunnel ahead, but there are Darkspawn tracks all over it. Be careful.
Have you seen the Tyke door?
I haven't ventured more than 100 yards ahead for fear of alerting other Darkspawn. I'll follow your lead, Commander.
Anyway, as you may have seen near the start of this, we are going to kill our brother Trian, for he is starting to move against us, as our little brother Balin has told us. Though you do not have to go with that plan, you can choose to just accept it or trust that Trian won't kill you, and there will be... the game will let you. Your little brother Balin will call you a fool. But, you know, it's your sword, not his. He can't force you to act. Sorry, goodness, judge. Alphas are... well, they'll probably have a codex entry, so...
I've never played this much in my life now.
a bit less transparent than before. Weird. Well, I guess we'll just start with genlocks. These are the most common darkspawn in the underground. Stocky and tough, genlocks are notoriously difficult to kill, even by magic. And alphas. In any group of genlock, there is usually one who is dominant. Sorry, I'm a little tired. In any group of genlocks, there's usually the one who is dominant. As the tallest, strongest, and smartest of their kind, alphas serve as a sort of commander, directing or bullying the others in combat. Now, in Dragon Age Origins, these are the basic darkspawn looks. They don't generally change very much. But they generally just look like, you know, some ugly dwarf-sized people or ugly human-sized people, depending on if it's a genlock or a herlock. And the alphas look basically the same as well. In Dragon Age 2, all darkspawn went through a lot of characters and races went through a dramatic redesign. And for the most part,
I'm right behind
I
you.
think it was pretty good. With the exception of the darkspawn. The darkspawn look, to me, significantly worse. Except perhaps for the genlocks, who...
Looks like someone beat us to the door.
This darkspawn body is still fresh. Whoever opened the door is most likely still in there.
They had to have an Idukan signet ring to get in.
It could have been stolen, recently or generations back.
Or it could be an ambitious cousin out for his own glory.
Nobody steals my glory.
Understood. Let's move, men.
Anyway, in Dragon Age 2 onwards, genlock aren't just dwarf-sized monster people with different faces on the same models. They are enormous, hulking beasts in a kind of gorilla stance on their hands. About as tall as a dwarf when they're hunched over as normal, but they are probably a bit taller if they stood up a bit. They have enormous hulking muscles, and it's actually pretty good at redesign. Of course, since it's actually a good redesign, it is of course only in DLC. Go figure. But the Herlocks are just awful. They're just completely horrendous. They changed the... there's not really much of a color scheme on the Darkspawn except kind of darkish colors. But the Herlocks in Dragon Age 2, main color scheme is white with like a light blue.
So
and it
glad
looks
you could finally
terrible.
join us. We feared you'd gotten eaten by Darkspawn. Turns out the shield isn't quite as easy to retrieve as I was led to believe. I wager you know where it is, though. So maybe you tell me where it is, and I won't mutilate your body so bad your father doesn't recognize you.
I like that third answer. The shield's a metaphor. It's in all of us. No. Goran, we
I'll
need to
try
kill
to
this
hide
man.
my disappointment.
Just kill them, boys. We'll find this shield on our own.
The noise and father.
I should like the truth. That's for house I keep it. You asked for it.
I'm not afraid of you. Kill them all.
Death will be your release.
To battle! Now this... You're in for a world of hurt!
My grandmother thought it better than that.
And so I shall.
One nice little thing here, which you don't get to use very often, is this ballista, which is fully equipped,
All right.
able to, give a volley of power,
And so I shall.
but it can't be moved. So, very limited utility. But it's there, of course. It's nothing you can really do once you're caught in a trap. Just wait it out. Best thing to do is to always have a rogue with you to catch and disable these sorts of traps. I'm ignoring all the gear here because, except for one little thing. An Idukan signet ring. A heavy silver ring bearing the mark of House Idukan. How on earth did he get that?
Is that an Idukan signet ring? I guess that's how they got in here.
And even more importantly, it's
The
Trian's.
ring is Trian's. That means he...
Yes. My brother's been sloppy this
It would
time.
have been a major victory to get the shield first, but he showed his hand and failed. The first way we can hurt him is to find that shield ourselves.
My thoughts exactly.
You have your orders, boys.
Another chest. Like, rogues, I don't think are the only ones who can open chests,
Like it.
but it requires a skill that honestly is just not worth it to get unless you
I'm right behind you.
are a rogue,
right.
because it requires a stat that rogues use and no one else, which is cunning. No one uses cunning except rogues. Like, you could, it's really not that good unless you're a rogue, and therefore, are getting the attack bonuses from it.
The desire.
Keep it up, Goran. What the? What does it mean I went offline? Am I not live? Or is it just my phone acting? I bet I know what it is. Yep. Connect to the wrong internet again. Just fix that. I should be able to respond better. Hope no one's made a comment that I didn't see. That would be really embarrassing.
This is the room. How do we get the shield?
I'll figure it out.
You two, see if you can spot anything.
No, this is a very simple puzzle. Obviously, that's not it, because it didn't work. The real answer is the shield is a
It
metaphor.
seems some of these tiles are
in all
different
of
from the
us.
others.
JK, it's a simple have three people stand on tiles puzzle. And voila. Yay. The lid of the sarcophagus slides away, revealing a small hollow that contains the shield of Idukan. Idukan shield is way too good for me to use.
That's it. We've got it.
It doesn't look like much.
The skill of our crafters has come far since then. But still, the Shield of Iduken.
The strength of Iduken is in this shield.
I can feel it. It's inspirational.
If you say so. It's just a shield.
Gorham does kind of get into it pretty much.
Back in the
Enough
direction
talk.
we
Where's
came
the road
from,
to
the
be
crossroads.
To the crossroads.
Anywho,
As you desire.
Did you hear that?
it's not.
Sensing
There'll be more of those mercenaries.
More Darkspawn reinforcements.
Nice and simple. Of course, we'll loot everything every time. Very annoying. Now, little shortcut open. Yay, we did it. My character even did a little fist pump. Deadrock, just move.
grandmother dodges better than that.
I feel like it
Barely a challenge.
did. Yay, we did it. I leveled up.
Of course. All right. As you desire.
If Trian were really scheming against us, this would be the perfect place for an ambush. We've got the shield, and we're all alone out here.
Stupid AT&T. It's Trian who will be ambushed today.
Then it will be a good day.
What's that you're muttering about?
My brother Trian may try to ambush us.
Fantastic. As if the Darkspawn weren't enough to worry about.
Just keep your eyes open.
Just gonna boost our attack power a little bit. We'll get a general use one. Powerful.
Atrast Vala, brother.
I trust Vala's Dwarven. I think it's like greetings. Hello, Trian.
I'm here. I am not, however, unaware or outnumbered. Disappointed.
Where's your signet ring, Trian?
I didn't wear it today. I didn't wish to risk losing it in battle.
You gave it to the mercenaries so they could steal the shield.
You dare accuse me of your own treachery? You have plotted to murder me so you could take my place as heir. You convinced Balin to help take my men and me by surprise. Do you deny it?
I'm just surprised you still came.
I am a better warrior than you will ever be, boy. Still, I will not give you the glory you so desire. I am your prince. I will not fight you. You and your companions will throw down your weapons, confess your treason, and be tried in front of the assembly.
Now, one thing is that fourth option is very, very viable. You can do it. But it doesn't matter. Because if you choose to surrender, the scout attacks.
Then you will die here. May the stone reject your unworthy, treacherous body. Kill the traitors!
That was weird.
To battle!
Quit running, Trian. We should actually so they'll kill us. I've got one. Die. Oh, there he is. Let's finish him. Got him. And despite their superior numbers, they're obviously no match.
This is wonderful!
Hurry, Father, before it's too...
By all the ancestors, what has happened here?
It seems we weren't fast enough. Balin was right.
Oh.
My son, tell me this isn't what it looks like.
Trian tried to kill me. It was terrible.
Can you prove it?
Gorham and the scouts can tell you what happened, yes?
My lord is innocent.
Sir Gorham, your loyalty makes you a useless witness. It falls to others to tell the story. You, Scout, what happened here?
Trian and his men were here early. It seems they'd done battle with the Darkspawn. Lord Iduken came up to them all friendly-like, but when we got close, he ordered us to attack.
That's a lie!
Then we shall discover the truth.
Frandlin Ivo, you are a good and noble man. Did the scout speak the truth?
He did, my lord. It was terrible. Prince Trian didn't stand a chance. Afterward, my lord stripped his signet ring.
You treacherous bastard! Silence, Gorham! Do you have anything else to say, my son?
How can you not see this is a setup?
I want to believe that. I really do.
Bind him. He will be judged before the assembly. To Orzammar.
Alright. I'm just gonna say right now. Yes, if you surrender against Trian, the scout will attack. Because both the scout and Franklin Ivo were convinced beforehand to kill Trian, regardless of any circumstances. You see, your brother Balin has conspired against you. And he convinced Trian that you're conspiring against him. You know, classic let them destroy each other plot. And it works. Even if you decide not to attack Trian, you come across and find them dead, and the scout gives the same story, that you killed them, cold blood, and all of it. Yep. Yeah, Balin was good. And in addition, as you're, well, you'll see in just a few moments.
Of course. Leave us alone, will you please?
Yes, sir.
My lord.
Gorham. When did they let me out?
I would have come sooner had they allowed it. How are you?
Why has the assembly not sent for me yet?
The assembly isn't going to call for you. Balin has taken Trian's place in the assembly. He introduced a motion to condemn you immediately, and it easily passed. He had fully half the assembly ready to vote on something completely against tradition and justice.
Yep. Balin had the
Must have been
assembly
making
ready
deals and
too.
alliances for months, if not years.
You have to respect Balin's ability to play the game.
He's more clever than either of us ever thought. Some of the lords, especially Harrowmont, are suspicious of Balin's instant rise to power. They are rallying, but far too slowly. The assembly has already sentenced both of us.
I'm guessing I don't get a full pardon.
I'm afraid not. Fratricide is a crime that inflames the passions. I am to be exiled to the surface. But you are to be sealed in the deep roads to fight Darkspawn until you are overwhelmed and killed.
The cowards weren't strong enough to kill me themselves.
That may have been Balin's first mistake. Lord Harrowmont gave me access to see you so I could tell you this. Duncan and the Grey Wardens are still in the deep roads, in tunnels connected to those you are to be left in. If you survive long enough to find the Grey Wardens, you may be able to escape with Duncan.
That's all the chance I need.
Our time is up. May the Paragons guide your sword and the stone hold you up.
The same to you, my friend.
I will always be your man, my Lord Iduken.
They are ready for you now.
Yep, complete betrayal, stripped of status and all that stuff.
Here is the prisoner, Lord Harrowmont.
Having been found guilty of fratricide by the Assembly of Orzammar, you are hereby sentenced to exile and death. Your name is from this point forward stripped from the records. You are no longer a person, nor a memory. You are to be cast into the deep roads with only sword and shield. Dare to redeem your life by fighting the enemies of Orzammar until your death. Do you have anything to say before the sentence is carried out?
I will have my revenge.
I understand your anger. You should have been allowed to defend yourself. Had I the power to stop this, I would have. Look me in the eye and tell me you didn't do this. For your father's sake.
Balin convinced me I had to do it.
Trian's blood is on Balin's hands as well as yours. I will do everything I can to make sure he does not profit by it. Soldier, hand the accused your sword and shield. Open the doors and let the condemned walk through. May the stone accept you when you fall.
Yep. Yep. Technically, this means I'm castless. Yeah. Stripped of my cast, stripped of my name, stripped of all record of me. No, the basics. Forgot. The Deep Stalker. A fool trusts his eyes. A wise man fears every rock as a deep stalker. A dwarven saying. Possibly the strangest of all the creatures found in the deep roads is the Deep Stalker. Tezpadam, as the dwarves call them, hunt in packs, generally by burrowing underground and then striking when their prey is in their midst. Stalkers come in several types. Spitters have venom glands and can spit secretions that slow or injure their prey. Jumpers hurl themselves at their targets, knocking them down and making the kill easier. The most common variety scares its prey, leaving the unfortunate victim helpless against the rest of the pack. And ghouls. What the blight does not destroy, it corrupts. Any creature infected with a darkspawn taint that does not have the good fortune to die outright becomes a ghoul, a twisted shadow of itself. The name originally came from men, whether human, dwarven, or elven, who became tainted, usually while being held as a captive food source by the darkspawn. They would turn cannibal, preying on other captives, slaves to the will of the archdemon, driven mad by pain. During a blight, the corruption of the darkspawn spreads to the wilder areas of Thedas and infects the animals found there. This produces grotesque enraged bears called bearscarn, as well as blight wolves. Fortunately, ghouls rarely survive their corruption for long. If you want to call it fortunate. Time is something you may not have much left. Much left of, whatever. Third of King Endrin's children, Balin has always been considered the last and least of his family. I don't know why I keep doing that. Trian was the undisputed heir apparent from the moment of his birth, and Dwarf Volba was not only the most accomplished, but also their father's clear favorite. Balin's most notable trait was his ability to stay out of trouble. He tricked Dwarf Volba into slaying their brother Trian, eliminating both his rivals for the throne in one stroke. Yep. I think I missed it, actually. Did I? No, I think it's right here. Yes.
Desire. Now this should be amusing. What's this? Delighted.
Right. That's not right. It's not right at all. It's supposed to be circular, not a square. that is causing that. That was not happening before. Huh. I don't like that. Okay, seriously, what's up with this thing? It's supposed to be transparent. Oh wait, that's a different thing. Not sure what the problem is, but it's not transparent when it's supposed to be, which is pretty annoying, but oh well. Did I not equip? Oh, I think I had like a Duke signet ring on the other hand. I'll wear this. Constitution's always a good thing for a warrior, especially a tank like me. Though I've clearly forgotten that I was trying to get some gloves. There we go.
Of course.
Same damage, but a little extra armor penetration. Minus dexterity, I don't need dexterity. This is... Nope, no, it's not the same way I can...
Sensing more darkspawn.
It's kind of hard to see. There's a little trap right here. I'm not gonna step in it because it takes too long.
Up. And for more darkspawn.
That would look a lot more deadly if I had a shield that was not made of wood.
Desire.
point away from being able to wear that. I think it's just down. Or not, I don't remember. I don't remember which way to go, but it's just not that important.
Another creature ahead.
Typical RPG stuff. A monster has a potion in its stomach somehow. Not that day we didn't work, so let's do this way. We did
By
it.
the Maker, it's a dwarf.
Lord Idukan, what are you doing here alone? Where are your troops?
It's good to see you again, Duncan.
And you as well. Although I'm still filled with questions, such as why are you here in these tunnels alone? May I ask what happened?
Balin has betrayed me.
Ah, you have been made to walk the deep roads then.
You mean you were exiled? What happened?
I do not think matters of dwarven honor are any business of ours. You need not answer, friend.
I was betrayed by my brother.
Lord Trian?
Yes. No. Maybe. Balin as well.
I see. The brutal intrigue of the Dwarven court continues then. Your father intimated as much. I will not ask what happened. You are the child of my old friend, and do not deserve to die in this pit. You have already proven yourself both resourceful and skilled, and I would expect nothing less from an Idukan. When last we spoke, you told me you wished to join our order. I imagine this isn't quite what you meant, but you may still find great honor here. As leader of the Grey Wardens in Ferelden, I would like to formally invite you to join our order.
Well, I can't see I have much choice.
Then welcome. We leave immediately for Ostagar to join with the human forces facing the Darkspawn hordes led by King Kalen. Stay close. There are still Darkspawn around every corner.
And that is the end of the Dwarf Noble origin story. As soon as the next cutscene ends, will save the game, and we will jump right into the Dwarf Combat.
We will be traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar, on the edges of the...
Already saw
A
it.
royal welcome?
Not...
Already saw it.
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
There's no need to be so formal, Duncan. We'll be shedding blood together after all. Ho there, Fred. Might I know your name?
I am Dwarfolba.
Pleased to meet you. The Grey Wardens are desperate to bolster their numbers, and I, for one, am glad to help them. It's good to see one of the honourable stout folk outside Orzammar.
You must not have met many members of the noble cast.
Sounds like there's a story behind that. You must regale me with it sometime.
Don't you have a battle to fight first?
I meant after we defeat the Blight, of course. I doubt Loghain will give me a moment's rest until then. I've been to Orzammar. King Endrin invited my father to a grand proving long ago. How does Endrin fare these days?
I'm his son. And he was fine when I saw him last.
Well, it seems your story may be even more interesting than I suspected. Allow me to be the first to welcome you to Ostagar. The Wardens will benefit greatly with you in their ranks.
We'll see about that.
I'm sorry to cut this short, but I should return to my tent. Loghain waits eagerly to bore me with his strategies.
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different.
So, I didn't realize things were going... No. Sound very confident of that.
Overconfident, some would say. Right, Duncan?
Your Majesty, I'm not certain the Blight can be ended quite as quickly as you might wish.
I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of Darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
I'd hoped for a war like in the Tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do. I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the Darkspawn here.
He didn't seem to take the Darkspawn very seriously.
True.
Sorry, I'm fiddling with something on screen.
Despite the victories so far,
I have a
the Darkspawn
keyblade
horde
that's
grows larger with each
one of the
passing day.
chains,
By now, they
pull
look
off.
to outnumber
I
us.
fixed it, don't worry.
I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling.
Why not? He seems to regard the Grey Lords highly.
Yet not enough to wait for reinforcements from the Grey Wardens of Orlais. He believes our legend alone makes him invulnerable. Our numbers in Ferelden are too few. We must do what we can and look to Teyrn Loghain to make up the difference. To that end, we should proceed with the joining ritual without delay.
What do you need me to do?
Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Until then, I have business I must attend to. You may find me at the Grey Warden tent on the other side of this bridge, should you need to.
Yay, Kinslayer, we did it. Killed a bunch of people. Hooray. Hooray. Still not enough. Oh, God, I forgot. You actually do need dexterity for this. Max of 26. What? Yeah, 26. Anyway, that's it for the Dwarven Noble. Nice and simple. Oh wait, is there a codex separate? You know what? We can read that with our next origin. That one too. Let's just jump right in. Now, as for the other four origins, only one has any differences for female, so we are going to do female. It's not this one. Just throwing it out there. Dwarf Commoner. Yep. Born castless in a land where rank is everything. Bound as the lackey and thug of a local crime lord. You spent your life invisible until chance thrusts you into the spotlight, where you can finally prove whether you'll be defined by your actions or your birth.
Greetings.
I like the look of this one. Nadia Braska. I kind of like that name. We're going to mess with this tattoo. Now, despite the fact that you can take off that mark, technically you're not supposed to. That's not lore compliant, because castless must have that mark at all times while in the city of Orzammar, or they get arrested. Some of these are pretty good. I kind of like that one, but let's change up the color a little bit. Yeah. Despite the fact it doesn't make sense that she would be dark-skinned underground, where they have no sunlight. Whatever. We'll let it happen. kind of liked this one. So... it's gotta be a redhead. I'm not gonna mess with the eyebrows. I think I see some green in there, so that's good. That'll be good. Yeah, I know I'm not messing with it nearly as much as I did the first character, but honestly, I don't usually mess with these too much, unless for most character creators, but I am capable.
I have lost the spell.
How do you do? Greetings.
Greetings.
Charmed.
Greetings.
Kind of like that one.
Oh, my spell! This isn't working. Need something else. You're in my way.
Okay, yep, I love it. Now this one's a rogue, so... I just realized I went mage, warrior, rogue, just all three. Well. We'll even out strength just a little bit. Oh. Guess we'll push another point in dexterity then. She knows how to steal. It's good. Pick Lux. Huh. I like it. So yes, this is the Dwarf Commoner. Can be quite a bit different side of Orzammar we'll see here.
Deep beneath the Frostback Mountains sits Orzammar, largest and proudest of the two remaining dwarven cities. Once the seat of an underground empire, Orzammar now stands alone, cut off from the world by the Darkspawn, still clinging to the memory of its former glory. Below the vast statues and gilded halls where the noble families play at politics, the lower castes live in their shadows, scurrying to serve like their ancestors before them. Below that is you. You are casteless, the dirty secret staining Orzammar's perfect society, forced, along with your sister, to sell your services to the crime lord Barat. To the rest of Orzammar, you are proof that the casteless deserve their fate. But you know you do what you have to, the same as everyone, just to survive.
I can't keep gambling on you forever, Precious. You've got a sweet look, something to light a man on fire. But you gotta make it count.
Please, Barat. I don't want to do this in front of my sister.
Why not? She knows the slope of the land, don't you, girl?
Didn't I tell you not to talk that way to my sister?
You told me a lot of things, not one of which meant more than a fart in the middens. Before me, your sister was just another duster. Now check her out. Braids down to here, gold-capped teeth. She can recite elf poetry and play the string harp. Every man's dream. All she's got to do is find a lord, squeeze out some kid who looks like him, and we're all living the easy life in the Diamond Quarter.
Please, don't get involved. You know that never goes well.
I don't like seeing him treat you that way.
I'll treat her however I like, as long as you both eat off my plate. You keep your head down and say aye to any job I decide is low enough for scum like you. In return, I put out coins so you can doll yourself up and get a belly full of some nobleman's brats. Then you both go free, and I get to join the family and be called my lord
for the rest of the little prince's life.
We've kept our part of the deal.
Well, unless I start seeing results, we're going to renegotiate. I'm giving you another week, Precious. If you haven't found a patron, you're back to sweeping streets.
But I have. I've met someone. That is, I didn't want to promise, but he seemed interested.
See? She's found someone. So get off her back and tell me my job for today.
Your buddy Lesky's waiting outside. He knows what I'll need from you today. Don't even think about bungling this job. Your whole family's on loose sand with me right now. And I know you don't have anywhere else to turn.
I'm sorry you had to see that.
You don't have to hide anything from me, Rika.
I've always tried, though. At least I've kept you from buying your future with what's between your legs. I should have told you. Barat's been warning me ever since 2 of his other girls found patrons at Lord Harrowmont's reception. They've been getting gifts already. Lord Rooston gave Elsie a surface silk gown and she's not even pregnant. Barat's getting impatient.
I just wish we didn't have to kiss up to that cave tick.
You know the other options. Cleaning middens, begging, going to the surface. No. Unless you find a way to save us all from Darkspawn and become a paragon. We're pretty much on Barat's leash for life.
I don't know why I can't just join the army and fight Darkspawn.
It's sheer folly. One more way the nobles protect their status. They say casteless soldiers are more danger to each other than to Darkspawn. That it's an insult to the smith to let us touch a fine-made weapon. Truly, they just don't wish to insult the warrior caste by showing that given the same opportunities, we could lead an army just as well.
But haven't the Darkspawn almost overrun the current troops?
Every year, more of the beasts come up from the deep roads. I've heard they've even been harrying the surface.
Is anyone gonna do anything about it?
Aye. They would even turn to humans for aid before us, it seems. There's been talk of an alliance against the Darkspawn. Even that the Grey Wardens have stepped up. But we don't have time for this now. Lesky must be waiting, and Barat won't like it if I'm late for my appointment.
Barat expects too much from you.
You know how desperate the nobles are for more children. They can barely field enough soldiers to hold the walls against the Darkspawn. If I could give one of them a son, the whole house would celebrate, and we'd all be raised up to noble caste to join the family. It's what Barat's betting on. That's why he paid for my clothes, my voice lessons. He wants to share the reward.
Did you say there was a noble who was interested?
Yes. That is, I hope. He certainly seems charming. He treats me like a real lady, not just someone to tumble and forget.
Who is he?
I don't want to say, in case I'm wrong. It just seems too mad to think of one of the most important men in Orzammar with someone like me. Anyway, time is rusting and I need to get dressed. These fashions will be the death of me. 100 buttons on each sleeve. And Lesky's probably already outside waiting for you.
You're right. Goodbye.
Stay out of trouble. I'll see you tonight.
Now, one interesting thing is, which also implies to me that this origin takes place before the dwarf noble, is that this girl, Rika, our sister, our lovely sister, was the girl waiting in Balin's room for him that you see as Lord Iduken. Which, of course, considering Balin is the patron that Rika is hoping for, and spoilers, that who eventually does. She does eventually get him a son and is raised up along with your mother. That's weird.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back? Got it. All right, all right.
I didn't even know you could do this.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
I'll come back with that. Anyway. And the way it's shown here, it seems that she isn't as good with him yet. I mean, she's not waiting in his rooms pining for him. So that makes me think that this is in fact before that has happened. What is this? My webcam is covering it right now. Oh well. All I need are these two. Drika's great. But, conversely, you know who's not great? It's like a bug or something. Oh, tell me it's gonna let me leave. Whatever.
About sodding time. I was starting to think I'd have to bust in and get an eyeful of that spicy sister of yours. Garou.
Haven't I told you never talk about my sister that way?
You're just jealous because you want the majesty of Lesky for yourself, you shameless hussy. What do you say?
That I might have to feed you your spine? When I saw your majesty, the scepter was a little soft. Or you like Rika because she can't break you with one hand. I think I'm gonna go with the soft scepter.
I kind of hoped you'd forgotten that.
That wasn't a joke either.
We better get down to business.
Aw. I was hoping your mission was me making fun of you.
No such luck.
Boss says we're out for a search and discipline. One of his smugglers is holding out on him. Name's Oskias, some surfacer. Barat got word that he's been selling shipments topside that never make it to Barat's ears down here. He wants us to find the rotter and see what goods he's holding back.
He's stealing from Barat. I like him already.
Well, yours will be a short and tragic relationship. You ready to show him some pain?
What sort of goods we trying to find?
You know, gold, lyrium, spices. Anything that Barat might cut someone's head off to get.
Any idea where he is?
All he told me is find him. Duster's got some family from the merchant caste. He's probably staying near their quarters.
Alright. Let's show him what Barat does to cheaters.
Poetry to my ears, Selraka.
Selraka is more Dwarvish, and I think it's like buddy or maybe best friend. The languages aren't fully explored in these. You just kind of have to kind of use context clues. Anyway, didn't let me do it before, but
who's that?
Anyway.
Why are you bothering me? Rika?
It's the guardsman. You're under arrest for drunkenness. It's the King of Orzammar. I heard you were single. Anyway, no, Mother, it's Natia. Your daughter.
Don't you talk to me like I'm an idiot. You think I don't know my own kid? What are you doing here anyway? Rika said you were finally making something useful of yourself.
Doesn't it bother you that Rika has to whore herself out?
She's got the body. Might as well use it before a couple of kids twist it out of shape.
I'm getting Rika out of here just to spite you.
Take her. You think I need you here? You think I need anyone?
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed. I don't like the Dwarven commoner's mother at all. It's a bitter, spiteful bitch who, quite frankly, is awful. But you know what? you know what awful people are in games? Great writing. Great. Someone you love to hate is always a good thing.
This is the end. A new archdemon is rising, and Orzammar will fall.
Alright, that's stealing. Of course. Let's just test it out real quick. Yeah, we did it. That's enough of stealing. I don't care anymore.
Hey, gorgeous. You looking for something to keep you warm tonight? Hey, gorgeous. You looking for something to keep you warm tonight?
I'm sure my daggers will do just fine.
Tell your mother I said hello.
I will.
2 bits for the needy.
The needy? Who do you think you're looking at, old man?
I seen you before. You're one of Barat's girls, the one with the sword. You don't know from needy. Not until you're my age.
What happened to you?
I used to work in the mines, checking the new tunnels for bad air. Set me down with a candle, and there must have been a pocket of gas, because it went up like dragon's breath. Healer saved my life, but I can't half walk. What's a man supposed to do?
I'm
Sorry
sorry.
fills more bellies when it comes with coin.
Is there anything you can give me for my money?
Ooh, you drive a hard bargain, soldier. You looking for someone to shine your shoes, clean your pots, keep you warm at night?
Just tell me, have you seen a surfacer named Oscius?
Is that what you're looking for? That's worth 10 bits, no?
Forget it. If you can find him, I can dig him up myself.
You think I got nothing for you, but you'll see. This'll be you someday. Soon as you start to wrinkle up and Barat's got no use for you. Don't think you got anywhere to go but here.
I'm not actually sure I have money in the game right now. Which is why I don't think the option to give him money for information. Yep, see you right there. Don't have 10 bits to give, which is why I couldn't actually bribe him for the stuff. Wonder if it'll give me the option later though, if I come back with money.
Spare silver. My boy needs medicine. The docs say he won't wake without it. Don't look at me like that. I was beautiful once. I was beautiful.
Yeah, I don't believe it. Gather your party and venture forth. Classic D&D term, phrase, whatever. Yep. The City of Orzammar, we've already read that. No, we haven't. The dwarves are lauded for their craftsmanship, and the City of Orzammar is one of their finest works. Orzammar lies at the heart of the Frostbeck Mountains, deep underground. The city arcs outward from the royal palace, which is built around a natural lava vent, continually fountaining liquid rock, which both lights and heats the entire cavern. The topmost tier of Orzammar is home to the noble caste, with their palaces fanning out in both directions. From the court of the king, as well as the Shaperate, which serves as a repository for all dwarven knowledge. The lower tier is the commons, where the merchant caste holds sway and where the finest works of Orzammar's craftsmen are for sale. In the center of the river of lava, making sure that the stream actually audible. Should have done that before now, but yeah, that's fine. was I? In the Court of the King, as well as Shaper, which is a repository for all Dwarven knowledge. The lower tier is the Commons, where the merchants' caste holds sway, where the finest works of the Orzammar craftsmen are for sale. In the center of the River of Lava, connected to the Commons by a causeway, are the Proving Grounds, a sacred arena where the dwarves, by ancient tradition, settle their disputes. On one side is the Fiery River. I'm very sorry about that. Don't know what's going on. Fallen into this are on one side of the Fiery River are the ruins of the old dwarven palaces, fallen into disrepair, which the locals call Dusttown, now home to the city's castless. On the other side of the river are the Deep Roads, which once joined the sprawling dwarven empire together, but now, after centuries of dwarven incursions, are largely sealed off. Nearly all knowledge of this network of underground passages has been lost, even to its builders. And the castless. The caste system in Orzammar includes many groups of privilege, the nobility and the warriors above all others, but to a lesser degree. Well, it's getting pretty bad. Let me just adjust a bit. See if that helps. Where was I? To a lesser degree, the merchants and the smiths and the miners. The tradition establishes a clear hierarchy, but as in any culture with an upper class, there's also a clear underclass. The unfortunates, the so-called casteless, are believed to be descendants of criminals and other undesirables. They have been looked down upon since Orzammar's foundation. They have taken up residence in a place called Dusttown, a crumbling ruin on the fringe of Orzammar's common areas. Orzammar society considers these casteless lower than even the servant caste. Indeed, the castes are not allowed to become servants, as it is too honorable a position. They are seen as little better than animals, their faces branded at birth to mark them as the bastard children of the kingdom. Their home district, little more than a slum, is a haven for crime, organized and otherwise. Orzammar's guards seemingly cannot be bothered to patrol its streets. The best that most casteless dwarves can hope for is a life at the whim of a local crime lord, ended abruptly by violence or an overabundance of toxic lichen ale. Even so, there is some hope for the casteless, a dangling rope that offers a way up into greater Orzammar society. Since a dwarf's caste is determined by the parent of the same sex, the male child of a nobleman is part of that noble's house and caste. Strangely, it is acceptable for casteless women to train in the arts of courtly romance to woo nobles and warriors. They are known as noble hunters. Any male born from such a union is considered a joyous event, considering the low rate of dwarven fertility. The mother and entire family are then taken in by the father's house, although they retain their caste. The dwarves we know on the surface are also considered casteless once they leave Orzammar, although this is only relevant to those who return, if they are allowed to return at all. Dwarves who leave for the surface, the sun-touched, as they are often called behind their backs, lose their connection to the stone and favor of the ancestors, and thus are worthy of little more than pity. Sorry. For upon dying they are said to be lost to the stone forever. Put that way, it seems a sad existence indeed. From Stone Halls of the Dwarves by Brother Genitivi, Chantry Scholar. He gets around quite a bit. And apparently rates more than one book. Anyway, continuing on.
What are you doing here, Brand?
I go where I want.
Sounding castless breed like rats.
Good day there, sweetness.
You looking to make a quick bit? You could be just what I'm after.
You looking to step back before I hurt you?
You haven't even heard my offer, girl. You look like you've still got all your teeth. Nice and healthy. I craft replacements for nobles who have lost theirs. I can pay you real handsome for some of those. 1 silver for 2. What do you say?
Do you have any idea who I work for?
Rod wouldn't like you throwing that around. This guy's an artisan that's practically a smith. We don't need that high a profile.
That sounded like a threat, Brand. You know the sentence for harassing a resident engaged in legitimate trade is public flogging and 100 silver fine.
Don't you have any legitimate work for me?
No work's legitimate if they let you do it, sweetness. The Assembly declared back in Darbier's reign that it insults the ancestors for casteless to perform any work the recognized lineages can do. Now, do you want it or not? 1.5 silvers, and that's my best offer.
Never mind. I was just leaving.
Suit yourself. Plenty of brands are willing.
You know what I think you deserve? Stealing.
Have you heard? King's got a team who found traces of Branka in the deep roads.
Oh? Found her body, did they?
No, tools. Signs of camp, things like that.
Paragon or not, Bronca's dead. She's been gone 2 years. No one survives the deeps that long.
Great prices on all arms and armor, like they were crafted by the Paragon Smith Branka herself. Sod off, Brand. I don't have anything for the likes of you.
Do you mind? I have nothing you can afford, and as long as you're here, no one else will come.
You're a merchant. Why do you wear a castless face brand?
Same as you. It's illegal for me to walk here without one. I'm from the surface, so by the law of assembly, I'm castless. But I think of the brand as just a part of the license to vend my wares. I use a washable ink, and when I return home, it's gone first thing. I cannot imagine wanting to wear the beastly thing every day.
Think I choose to live dig this?
You certainly don't choose to live any other way. If you were on the surface, you could open a shop, claim land, and start a farm, and get legally married by the human chantry. Orzammar is the only place in the world that will treat you like this. Yet you all stay. I'll never understand it.
But isn't the surface disgusting and full of humans?
There is one thing about the surface, though. There are no castes, and we dwarves all look to help each other. It always seems sad to me that our homeland is the one place in this world where you're likely to be killed by a fellow dwarf. Now, unless you're gonna buy something, I need to unload and get home before the rain sets in. That's water from the sky, by the way.
I'll look at your wares.
Fine. But try to steal anything and I'm calling the guards.
I didn't plan to steal a thing, but this will be the first opportunity I have to sell stuff. I have 2 silvers now. Oh, in regards to currency, 1 copper is called a bit. 100.
Watch yourself. The Shaper doesn't need your footprints all over his clean clothes.
Okay. 100 bits is a silver, and 100 silvers is a sovereign. That's the highest form of currency. Anyway, you work for a Shaper?
And well I might. After my mother took 5 years of her personal time sewing fine dresses for the head maid at the Shaperette, Mother tells me they never considered a single other candidate when the position opened for underwasher.
Is working for a Shaper that prestigious?
It's barely under the king himself. They control Orzammar's memories. They oversee births, marriages, death records, histories, everything we do or are. Except you, I guess. Casteless and criminals aren't allowed in a Shaper's presence.
If you're just a servant, aren't you casteless too?
I am not casteless. I am an honorable member of the servant caste. I serve my betters as is my place, decided by the ancestors who granted my mother my birth. I am not a criminal.
I'm not a criminal either. Exactly.
You were once. Whatever horrid deviants you're descended from were written out of the histories and deemed unworthy to join the ancestors. Obviously they bred anyway, but their children can't possibly deserve the same protections as those who were legitimately born.
What exactly does a Shaper do?
They control Orzamar's memories. They oversee birth, except you, I guess. Casteless and criminals aren't allowed in a Shaper's presence.
Why not?
Whatever horrid... Obviously they bred anyway.
I'll just let you get back to your
As
washing.
if I'd stop for you.
I think I read this one. Yep, I did. I did for the last stream. Speaking of, apparently the uploads to YouTube did not work properly, but that's fine. I have since downloaded them and will be uploading them to YouTube after this stream. Later
Go
tonight.
back to your dirt pile, scum. Get out of my face, Brand. I assume this pile of worthless junk belongs to you? If you realize it's in the way and that the patrols will not be able to come through, move it, or I shall have it thrown out in the deep roads, and you with it.
I'm so sorry, my lord, but they told me to move my goods over here. I couldn't even set up shop in my usual place.
Nonsense.
It's true. They said that the servants needed to polish the floors on that side of the commons in preparation for the new commander's first commission.
Yes. The new Idukan Commander's Feast is tomorrow, isn't it? I suppose it can't be helped then.
Yep, okay. Dwarf Commoner takes place exactly one
Very
day
well.
beforehand.
You may leave your goods here for now, merchant, but move them out of the way as soon as you can.
I'm watching you, Brand. Keep your hands off my goods.
They should send someone to pick up the trash.
Barat won't want to see us without proof that Surfacer's dead.
Right.
This place is going to the nugs. Castles Row.
This is a tavern.
The ancestors were smiling on my bets today. Another round from the house. Hey, I'm trying to have a drink here. You mind standing downwind?
Who let them in here?
There's our target.
They say the Warrior Cast is hosting a proving so the Grey Wardens can look for candidates.
I'm going to the provings later today, after I get good and drunk. Can a man drink in peace?
He looks like he wouldn't notice us stealing. Nailed it.
No castless.
Take a closer look before you say that.
Who the dust are you? Oh, my mistake. I didn't realize you were one of his.
Hold on.
I'm not looking for any trouble.
Or not. I had a phone call who immediately ended. Tell me if you know where to find a man named Oscius.
Is that what this is all about? He's here, all right. Right over there. Been nursing that same mug half the day. Paid up front, though. Good silver. What's he done?
You want to make that your business?
Sorry, just trying to make conversation. You, do what you have to. Just, try and keep it neat. I'm still paying for this space.
Alright, it's been a while since I did this, so I'm gonna just do a quick save and have a nice little chat.
Hey, I was saving that seat.
That's real thoughtful, Ascaius. It's tiring work looking for you.
How do you know my name?
Let's just say we've got a mutual friend.
Oh no, you're not from Barat, are you? Because that would be too much. I don't think I could handle.
Calm down. If you did nothing wrong, you've got nothing to fear, right?
I just want to make sure nobody, does anything too hasty.
Of course not. This is just a friendly inspection.
Making sure you didn't accidentally pocket any processed lyrium. You know.
Look, I always been loyal to Barat. He's been good to my family. I know how much I owe him.
Then why have you been holding out on him?
I haven't. I wouldn't.
Do you think that's going to convince me?
I'm getting out of here. You two are mad. Barat knows I'd never betray him. I'll tell him myself.
You're not going anywhere.
Could everyone who isn't about to die please turn around for a moment? This may be unpleasant. Thank you.
You can't do this. Help! Call the guardsmen! This is murder!
You two let me know if you need anything. I'll be in the back.
It's just a bunch of rocks. You're gonna kill me for that?
Sorry, Saldraka. I think it just means friend. Job's a job.
No!
Okay, I think I messed that up. Because I didn't actually plan to do that. And I don't want to do that. I want to actually keep him alive for a little bit. And I think I realized what I did wrong. I forgot to use this. Grab that.
How do you know my name? Oh, because that would be too much. I just want to make sure Look, I always been loyal to... I haven't. I wouldn't. I do have some lyrium ore. I have a little deal with one of the mining families. If it worked out, I was going to bring Barat his cut, I swear. I'd be crazy not to.
Suicidal, one might say.
How much ore did you take?
Just a little, maybe 25 sovereigns worth.
25 sovereigns?
Most of that's with my buyers on the surface. I just picked up a few nuggets down here. If I were to maybe give you a piece, that's a lot of coin. Could you forget to mention this to Barat?
How long have you been cheating Barat?
Not long. I mean, I'm not cheating him. I mean, this is my first time. Oh, please don't kill me.
Give me one good... Who have you been selling to?
Surfacers pay good coin for lyrium. Mages up there, they use it for their spells. Smiths use it in enchanted weapons. I just took the money and ran. I mean, back to Barat to share the profits.
Give me one good reason not to kill you.
I've got a lot of lyrium. Maybe we could work something out. Share and share alike. I don't got any coin myself. I make that topside, but you can take the ore, sell it, maybe get enough to get out of this nest. What do you say?
We help you. Barat's after us next. Hold him still, Lesky.
With pleasure.
Could everyone who isn't about to die please turn around for a moment? This may be unpleasant. Thank you.
You can't do this. Help! Call the guardsmen! This is murder!
You two let me know if you need anything. I'll be in the back.
It's just a bunch of rocks. You're gonna kill me for that?
Shouldn't have tried. I wish there was another way.
Then let me go. Tell Barat you killed me. I can run to the surface. He's never got to hear of me again. I'll give you the lyrium. Do whatever you want with it. Give it to Barat. Sell it yourself. I don't care.
If Barat ever found out about that, he'd kill me.
I'll get out of the business. Open a dry goods shop. He'll never know I'm still alive. Please. What would you want if it was you?
Sorry, Salraka. A job's a job.
No!
You could obviously just do that if you really wanted to, but I didn't want to.
All right, all right. Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
That's that.
We have to get this stuff back to Barat before he starts wondering what we've been doing.
Agreed.
The king is old. His rule won't hold much longer.
Prince Balin seems far more sympathetic to our interests than Trian.
Balin has some tastes of his own that he knows I can provide. We'll finish this later. It's about time you two showed up. What happened with Ascaius?
He's guilty. Here's the lyrium. Give 1 nugget.
1 lousy nugget. You want me to believe that's all he got off with?
He said he kept most of it topside. That was all he had on him.
Jarvia, send a dig troop topside. If Ascaius had a hiding spot up there, I want us up to our elbows in it.
As you say.
And the matter of punishment?
Last I saw, he was coloring the upstairs floor.
Excellent. I'll send someone out to handle the cleanup. Not you, though. I have another job in mind for you.
Anything you want, boss.
The Warrior Cast is hosting a proving today. All the best fighters, last man standing, you know the sort of thing. They're showing off for some Grey Warden who's looking for candidates to drag off to a life of eternal glory. Now, it's not often we get every named fighter in Orzammar lined up like that. And I have certain acquaintances who take an interest in this sort of thing.
Taking bets on the fighters.
There's a lot of coin to be made when people get the fever up. Favorite fighter's an officer named Minar, veteran of 4 Darkspawn campaigns. Everd's a long shot. Just got back from a Deep Roads offensive. Some young buck who has all the ladies drooling. I've got a lot of money riding on him. Mine and other people's. I expect to see that 8-to-1 pay off. Understand?
Aye, I do.
The fight only gets announced to contestants themselves to prevent illegal gambling. So first, you'll have to find Everd, see who he's fighting and when. When the name Minar comes up, I want you to slip this drug into the bastard's water. It'll slow his reflexes, just enough to take the edge off, not enough to show. But it wears off quickly, so don't use it until just before his fight.
What kind of drug is this?
I'm not asking you to distill it, just drop it into a basin. That's all you need to know.
Alright, we'll go right now.
You bet you will. Here's your pass to get on the grounds. The proving starts as soon as the clock strikes. And when I say I have coin on this, I'm not talking about some pittance, like the value of your life. If I don't see Everd's name on the winner's sheet, you'd better make sure I never see you or your sister ever again.
Understood, boss.
You ask too many questions. All you've got to know how to say is, "I, mistress."
Who are you?
You don't recognize me?
You know Jarvia, right? Barat's favorite lieutenant and the only person he trusts in all of Orzammar. You know that, Jarvia.
Is it true you're sleeping with Barat?
I think it's way past time we were going.
Don't smile on me, Jarvia.
Get out!
You've got any questions, ask Jarvi or Lesky. I'm busy.
I loved it.
I don't have anything you can afford.
So this is a gift, huh? I've never been to a proving.
Oh, the Grey Ward. Neither have I. What are they like?
You know, two sweaty warrior caste men all oiled up by servant girls and wrapped in shining smith-wrought steel. Hundreds of beautiful women watching from the stands, wanting nothing more than to rub them down after.
Whoa, easy there. Don't stain anything.
Don't tell me you never wanted to sneak in and see one for yourself.
I always wanted to be the one in the ring.
Ha! I bet you could beat the beards off most of those overstuffed swaggers. Wouldn't that be nice? And if gold coins fell from my mouth whenever I spoke, that would be grand. And only slightly less likely.
Why don't they even let us into watch?
Because as criminals and exiles, we are rejected by the ancestors. Our very presence would pollute the sacred grounds. And no warrior wants some brand watching while he gets laid out. Makes it harder to take him seriously when he flogs you.
What would the Grey Wardens care who wins this proving?
Think about their responsibility. Take these humans and elves who spent their whole lives flitting around eating figs and teach them to fight Darkspawn. Of course they're gonna need a dwarf to help them. Here they get to pick from the best of the vein.
Fair enough. And why would a dwarf want to join them?
I don't know. So the Shapers write you into the histories as a mysterious hero? To save a bunch of elves and humans who would otherwise end up as a Darkspawn buffet? To honor the terms of our 1,000-year-long alliance with the Wardens? That kind of thing.
It's been 1,000 years. Oh yeah, I did forget to mention, there has been about this is the 9th age of the current era, which each age lasts 100 years. The current era starts with the end of the first blight, of which I believe there has been 3 before this one. Nope, there have been 4 before this one because it's the 5th blight. Yeah, so roughly 1,000 years, like not exactly, but you know, like doesn't matter. It's like 1,000 years. Does join the Grey Wardens mean going to the surface?
Not like turning your back on the stone to take a caravan topside. Fighting Darkspawn is a sacred duty. The king decreed long ago that a dwarf who joins the Wardens retains his caste.
Why does everyone respect him so much?
They're the only surfacers who care what happens here. They drove the Darkspawn back in every blight. And people say they've got some secret magic that lets them do it.
You know, playing this again, I think I want the Dwarf Commoner to be the one. Anyway, why should we care what happens topside?
We don't. Unless there are enough Darkspawn to go up there. Because that means there's something leading them. And that means an archdemon. And that means a blight, which means possibly the end of life as we know it.
Humans and elves don't normally fight Darkspawn?
They say you can go an entire lifetime without a single Darkspawn setting foot on the surface.
Wow. Anyway, let's get going before we miss
From
the
your
proving.
lips to my ears.
Anyway, before that, let's drop off
Do
our
you
hot
mind?
merchandise.
I have nothing you can afford, and as long as you're here, no one else will come.
Shut up and let me see your wares.
Fine, but try to steal anything and I'm calling the guards.
I didn't notice that. Okay, I'm just gonna keep that then. Where, oh where is the Lyrium Rock? Did I not sell it? Pretty sure I just had it. Alright, here it is. Gonna need to find some sort of buyer for that. I think. Don't remember who would. Maybe this guy.
Sod off, Brand. I don't have anything for the likes of you.
Oh well, doesn't matter. Let's go to the proving.
Turn around, Brand. No castless on the grounds.
I have a pass right here.
Looks legitimate.
Go on through then. But stay to the trenches. Grey Wardens don't need some eyesore getting between them and the fighters.
Right, of course. Of course. Alright. I've been streaming for quite a bit. About 2 hours. I'm a little hungry. So, I'm going to go get some food. And I will be back in probably less than 5 minutes. Alright. I will see you in about 5 minutes. Alright, we are back. Some nice pizza. And a drink, which I took a good gulp of. Gonna keep you at a bit of an angle, a little more comfortable. Alright. Let's get back into it.
Stone's Embrace. That's one of them. One of the Grey Wardens. Oh, I dare you to go over and talk to him. Say, welcome to Orzammar, Warden, sir. May I drink your bathwater?
I don't know why everyone's so excited about Minar. Adalbo won last year.
Stone met, and blessings on your house. That was the proper greeting for an outsider last time I visited Orzammar. Has it changed? Or is there a reason you're looking at me so strangely?
In my part of Orzammar, we just go with hello.
We do the same in my part of Ferelden. Hello, then. My name is Duncan. I'd say of the Grey Wardens, but I suspect you already know that. Pleased to meet you.
I'm Nadia. Of nobody.
Ah, of course. That's what the face brand means, then. I remember that now.
So what? Now you have to stop talking to me?
I never turn down the chance to meet someone new. When we visit Orzammar, we tend to remain in the Diamond Quarter. You forget how much of the city you miss.
Is it true you're looking for recruits?
The Wardens are always looking for those who have the courage to spend their lives in battle against the Darkspawn. It's rare we find those with both the skill and the will. The best Wardens are ruthless to their enemies, compassionate to their friends, and inspiring to their troops. It's a lot to look for, but I hope to find it here, and I hope you also may find what you are looking for.
I like to imagine my character is like fangirling right now. Okay, read that. Read that. Yeah, we read that one too. You know what? Just while I'm eating, I'm just going to put the controller aside. Unless I'm moving. Using mouse is a bit easier to do this with one hand. Well, more of I use my right hand for this part. Alrighty.
Did you see that first bout? Ostar's helmet practically shattered. Adalbo still has the Ancestors' favor.
Sweetheart,
Sod it. He's stone drunk. He could draw a dead man for his bout and still lose. Oh, Barat's gonna kill us if we slip up on this. He's still mad about the time I accidentally told that barkeep Barat had demanded free ale delivered to my door. Hey, I just had an idea.
I could put on his armor. You know, fight in his name.
That's much better than my idea. I was gonna say we should go up in the stands and start a rock slide, but you're brilliant. You'll be Averd. You'll go out in his armor, keep down the visor, and fight in his name. He wins, Barat wins, everybody wins. Except all the warrior caste braggarts you leave kissing dust. I, Sodding, love the way you think, my friend. I was afraid Barat was going to kill us.
I'll need to drug Minar first.
Right. I'll keep watch for the guards. And don't put on that armor until you're done. It's a little conspicuous, you know?
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Coast is clear. Get in there and drug the water. I'll whistle if anyone comes.
Hey, only fighters are allowed in these chambers. Who are you?
Nadia, I'm working the waste trenches.
I don't care about your name, Brand. My fight should be called any moment now. You can come back and clean then.
I'm supposed to empty your basin and replace the water.
Fine, but be quick about it. I need to finish my preparations. Here's 3 bits to keep you motivated.
Of course, sir. Thank you. Okay, really? Really, game? He says here's 3 bits, and the game gives me 5. Whatever. Drug the water in the basin. Who cares about fighting fair? Despite the drug, the water appears untouched.
Bout 3 is next. Officer Minar versus the warrior Averd. Fighters, take final preparations, then report to the ring.
No more time. Sorry. Make sure you have everything and go tell the proving guard you're ready to fight. And don't forget to keep your helmet down.
All right, all right.
Indestructible, huh? That's cool. Social eating. Finish the rest later. Alright. Let's gear up. Yeah, we're not going to be using that shield. We'll use this axe and this mace. Oh. I guess I don't have the skill for that, but that's fine. I'll use the axe. Excellent. I am Averd.
Stone met, Averd. I believe it is time for your bout. May fortune favor your fight, Averd. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
As you say.
This is a glory proving, fought under the watchful eyes of the Paragons of Orzammar, for our honored guests, the Grey Warden, the warrior Averd, son of Galton, will fight Officer Minar, survivor of the battle at Kar Ellerin.
Don't choose the honor of the heart. Oh, sod it. Let's just fight.
Watch out, Duster. You'll be coughing blood tonight.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back? Show them no mercy. Let me see some blood. On your guard, witch! Oh, I'm sorry. Am I too quick for you? Strike at me if you dare!
The winner is Eved! A truly memorable fight. The young cadet vanquishes the wily veteran. Healer, see to his injuries. The warrior Eved, son of Galton, will fight last year's Journeyman Division champion, Adalbo, proven in glory before the stone.
You honor me with this fight.
God, what's with that
We
texture
both
again?
bring glory in the eyes of our lords.
Now you're talking my language, brother.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
Got it. On your guard, witch! Die already! Just call me the Reaper. All right, all right.
The winner
Got him.
is Eved! The ancestors have withdrawn their blessings and embraced a new champion on their field. The warrior Eved, son of Galton, will fight Lenka, silent sister in training. She has made her vows, but not completed her blooding. Will she be accepted into the legendary order? That will depend on her performance today.
Take all the fun out of this part.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back? I'll get on it. Strike at me if you dare! Run while you still can. Got it.
The winner is Eved! Lenka went to the stone without a sound, as befits her vows. But it wasn't hard to see the blood that was spilled. Eved will advance to the final bout to determine the true champion of the ring against...
What? Time out already? Hey! That's my armor!
Uh-oh.
Who are you? How dare you disrupt this sacred...
Wait, I know that man. That's Eved. Then what imposter did I fight?
Remove your helmet, warrior, and let all who watched you see your face.
I am of no class, caste, or clan, but I have defeated you all!
Castless! You insult the very nature of this proving! Guards, take this filth away!
Hold your man, I pray you. This warrior has defeated the best you have to offer. Is that not what this proving is for?
We are honored by your presence, Warden, but this proving is not solely for you. There are laws which have governed this arena for 1,000 years. This woman is no warrior. She is casteless, rejected by the ancestors. Her very footsteps pollute the stone. She has no place here.
Except as your champion.
Yep. Duncan isn't really into the whole racism thing or classist thing. Oh, it is what he is all about. It's not really what he's about. I think I'm going to end after I finish this.
Can you hear me?
Today.
How hard did they sodding hit you anyway? Did you have to put up such a fight?
I just hope I took some of them down with me.
Oh, you did. And don't think they didn't show me their appreciation.
One of the guards recognized me and figured we must be working together. They burned 3 candles to the stump interrogating me about who put us up to this. I think they knew, you know, about Barat.
Barat said he'd go to Rika if we're caught. We need to go.
You think I didn't look for a way out? Rika's not the only one in danger here. They could kill us. But these cells are built straight into the wall. And they confiscated all my lockpicks. What's it look like on your side? You see any way out?
Good, you're awake. Barat will be glad to hear that.
You look familiar. Do I know you?
You might want to watch your words, Duster. They might be the last ones you'll get.
That's Jarvia, you moron. Don't dig us in deeper by insulting Barat's top lieutenant.
You caused a lot of trouble today. Barat lost 100 sovereigns for Lord Volney. The entire proving was declared invalid, and the Assembly already called for an investigation. You can't imagine the state Barat was in when he told me to get you.
Let me talk to Barat. I can explain what
All
happened.
he needs to know is that you exposed him before the entire warrior caste. Now they're asking questions, and as long as you have tongues to answer them, you're a threat. Enjoy your last night together. Sorry we had to put you in separate cells, or I'd suggest you have a last tumble. Barat will be by soon to make sure you maintain your silence.
And for the... if you don't pick the Dwarven Commoner, this is where their story ends. Sort of. The tongue gets cut out, I think, and then they decide to starve themselves to death. Not a great way to go. How hard did he hit that guy?
If we want to get away with this, we can't leave one man alive to tell Barat what we've done.
Agreed. We gotta kill them all. Kill them all, Peter. Spider-Man is weird. Nothing over here. Oh,
Now's better than later.
here's my stuff. Does for you, Lesky. There we go. Almost forgot. Such a great mod. I think the other way's progression. Yep, I was right. The other thing I was wrong about was thinking there'd be anything down that way.
Something is coming. Got it. It's a good day to die.
Right, that's it!
You'll get no mercy from me. Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
Come and get it!
You have no skill, only desperation!
Close!
I'll get on it. Let me see some blood. I'll get on it. All right, all right. All right, all right.
You're gonna have to move quicker than that.
You have no skill, only desperation! You're in a little over your head!
Come on, let's show them what for. Come and get it!
Let me see some blood. Got it. You're gonna regret this! Die already!
But you're gonna have to move quicker than that.
Bandages. I'm bleeding.
Sorry. What's that? Oh, Shin! Thanks for the raid. Thanks, buddy. And hello, Bulba. It's nice to see you.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
I like that. Yeah, thanks a bunch, Shin. Yeah, I definitely have to say, well, I like all of them. I really like the Dwarven Commoner.
I'll get him.
Oh wow, you guys just blown up chat. You just beat Skullomania and you found the Kokiri sword? It was in Ganon's castle! I told you, Jen. Along with the hover boots and the hammer. Nice. I told you it'd be in there. I got one prediction. That's all I needed.
Right, that's it. All right, all right. Now's better than later.
A lot of stuff's gone on so far. It's all right, Shin. Oh, get some good food. 20 minutes forgetting you could go there. Ha.
Got it.
Anyway,
All
since you guys just joining in, gonna give you a small recap of the Dwarven Commoner storyline so far. You and your sister, poor, castless, and you work as a Barat, a crime lord's enforcer, while your sister basically is trying to get pregnant with a noble's kid, because if it's a boy, then you, your sister, your mom, who sucks, and Barat will all get brought over to the noble's house to live until the kid's dead. You know, quite a while. But you were helping Barat to rig a series of fights in the arena, but the guy who was supposed to win was drunk and knocked out, so you had to take his armor and do it yourself. But then, before you could do the last fight, he woke up and exposed you, losing Barat a lot of money. So, you know, he kind of didn't like that. So right now we're in his hideout, and basically in order to prevent him from, you know, going to attack my sister, gotta kill everybody. Everybody.
Better than later.
Including Barat. Just like that. Yeah, that's where it is right now. I just condensed like 2 hours. Yeah, that sounds right. 2 hours. I don't think it took an hour to do to finish off the Dwarf Noble. Yeah, I think that's progress, so I'm gonna go this way. Like I thought, a chest.
I'll get on it.
Locks don't mean nothing to me. Ooh, pick the lock. Yep. Sometimes it's just dead air, because it's a lore stream and there's not always lore on screen. Sometimes it's just gameplay.
I'm cutting the whore free. If that freak of a sister of hers can't stay in her place, I don't need precious Rika either.
Rika? That the one you got all done up in lace? I've been wanting to get my hands on that.
I know what you mean. She's yours if you want her, boys. And let me tell you, it tastes as good as it looks. What in sod all is that doing out of its cage? Come on, boys. The little whore needs to learn her place.
Don't worry, Barat. I know my place. Over you. Over your cold, dead carcass.
Alright, alright. You're hopeless. Got it. Let's see what you're made of.
Sting, Dustin. I'm going to put you in your place.
You're gonna regret this. Show them no mercy.
That's it for Barat. Surprised I didn't get a death scene there. Huh. Must not
Did you
actually
see him
consider
there
it.
all when we're done with you? And you just charged in and sodding slaughtered him. You have to be the luckiest duster in Orzammar. Barat's dead, and we're standing here. Hail to the sodding king!
As long as he never made it to Rika.
Well, he sure was talking like she's still alive. But I won't turn down the chance to go take another peek. Hey, could you tell Rika I killed him? I mean, it doesn't do you any good if she thinks you're the most virile warrior in all the stone.
Do you really want to... Let's just get out of here before more guardsmen show up.
You said it. Fortunately, if Barat's got them trained like he says, it should be a good long time before any guardsmen turn up here.
And now for something that I've been forgetting to do. For every storyline, actually. Which is... stripping the companion for their gear. That's value. That's money right there. There's no... And this origin's basically over, so, you know, he doesn't need any of it. So, you know, you want to just look at his abs or whatever. He look good. Compact. Muscle, just like literally everybody else. But I need that gear. That's money on the table. Gather your party and venture forth. Whoa, what was that? Weird.
You're not supposed to be here. Wait, is that blood? Ancestors, protect me!
This guy don't even know. Yay! We're home free.
There they are!
Oh.
Seize the fugitives! Drop your weapons and walk down slowly. We will use force if you resist.
I'm the victim here. I was kidnapped.
You do not speak until the Shapers have judged you.
One moment, my friend. Did you not suggest this Barat might have arranged their convenient escape?
Regardless, the penalty for impersonating a higher caste is death.
If Barat is as influential as you say, perhaps he also masterminded this Everd's impersonation.
Barat won't be. Last time I saw Barat, he was suffering from a bad case of dead.
He's dead? Barat had many enemies, but also powerful allies.
Barat would have butchered us if she hadn't killed him first.
Your friend has once again demonstrated her courage. We Grey Wardens travel far and wide in search of those with the potential to join our ranks. It seems I have found one.
Why are you telling me this? What's in it for you?
Let me make my offer formal. I, Duncan of the Grey Wardens, extend the invitation for you to join our order.
This woman is wanted for treason. You can't do this.
I can, and I am. It would mean traveling to the surface lands and thus leaving your people, but it does offer you the chance to strike a blow against the Darkspawn and the Blight.
Then sodding yes. Let's get out of here now.
Then before these witnesses, I hereby recruit you into the Grey Wardens. Know that you are most welcome.
This is highly irregular. The warrior families will be most upset.
Look at you, you duster. A warden. And to think I knew you when you were stealing bread.
Before we brave the deep roads, I would like to make you a gift of this mace, since you have so few possessions of your own. It was once wielded by the warden Forel Idukan. I believe he was related to your king. I know you will continue his proud example. Goodbye, my friends, and thank you for your hospitality.
I think because of the way I said that, I did not get a chance to say bye to my sister.
We will be traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin.
A royal welcome?
Not just...
Then I'll have the mic...
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
There's no need to be so formal, Duncan. We'll be shedding blood together after all. Ho there, Fred. Might I know your name?
Can we skip the introductions? It's been a long trip.
I remind you that you speak to the King of Ferelden.
Don't worry, Duncan. You must both be eager to reach your tents. Have you any news before I go?
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different.
It sounds like the Blight's almost over.
I'm not even sure this is a true Blight. There are plenty of Darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
We're just gonna skip ahead.
I'd hope...
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the Darkspawn. Despite the victories so far, the Darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now, they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king.
Quickly.
Yes, we should proceed with the ritual.
What do you mean? What
Every
ritual?
recruit must go through a secret ritual we call the Joining in order to become a Grey Warden. The ritual is brief, but some preparation is required. We must begin soon.
Am I the only recruit you have?
No, there are 2 other recruits here already. They have been waiting for us to arrive.
Wonderful. Let's get this over with then.
Feel free to until then,
And that is our 3rd origin story. All that's left are the elves and the human noble. We will be breaking those up. But I think... it's 3 hours. I think that's good for tonight. Just gonna level up right here. for now. Yeah, I think that'll do for tonight. Next time, I think I'm just gonna try and keep going until I finish all 3 of the others. But otherwise, at worst, there'll be 2 more. One, like either 2 or 1 more stream before we start really getting going. Yeah, no more than 2. So either next stream or the stream after that, we will be progressing further into the game, past the origin stories. But for now, that's all for tonight. I'm going to be posting the archives, the VODs to YouTube, like right after this. But it will take me some time to get this one. But maybe like half an hour. But other than that, they will be going to YouTube shortly. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time we play this. Bye.